Hello, welcome back to another pen talk, an exciting exploration of the wide world of pens, and I'm glad to have you along as I explore another pen in my growing collection of pens, and this is one that I particularly sought out, the Jinhao 100 Holo in matte black. They did another excellent job at combining different materials, finishes, putting them together in a pen which I think is a very good design. Yes, it's based on a old vintage design, but nothing like bringing back something that was old and it's borrowed and it's great. So we're going to explore this pen in a little detail. We've seen a ton of Jinhao 100, so there's not a lot to go through there, but I want to just show you what they did differently with this pen, and we'll compare it to some of the other metal overlay pens. Shouldn't call it filigree, and maybe skeleton is a better word, but I think they really add to the look of the pen. It's a durable way of doing it, and the snake loves it. So this pen has a nice weight to it. I'd say it's slightly heavy. The cap comes off in 1, 2, almost 3 turns, which has been a consistent in all of the Jinhao 100s that I've looked at. Nice black section, great black fine and nib, and it has F on it for fine. Standard plastic feet on the back. We'll show you how the pen kind of comes apart, but they did a great job. I mean, it feels good in the hand. As all the 100s, it fits well. No need to post it, but if you want to put that cap someplace, it will fit on the top. It does significantly backweight the pen, not something I would use for any length of writing, but for those that need to put the cap someplace and the end of the barrel is where that place is, then this pen will work. So an obvious comparison is with the gold tone Holo pen, and I don't know, to my eyes I think the matte black is certainly a better look, but sometimes you just need some bling in your life, and that Holo gold tone pen certainly brings the bling. An old term, but appropriate for this pen. And another pen to compare it to is the black finish Asvine V169, which has a different design to this metal overlay. It's more of an organic oval shapes versus this symmetrical hollow shape. But you can get to see how that matte black is pretty similar between these two pens. The Asvine is almost about twice the price of the Jinhao, but it's a vac filler. It's substantially heavier. This is a turned acrylic. I'm pretty certain this is injection molded, but it could be turned acrylic. Whatever material is, it feels substantial. Both of these pens are well made. And there's a difference between cartridge converter and vac filler. That clip is certainly very substantial on the Asvine, but it's functional on the Jinhao too. Very stiff, but both of these clips work fine. In fact, the Asvine is a little bit more springier, which is nice. So here we have the black Holo, just taken apart a little bit. It is certainly a stealthy pen, and I love the combination of the matte black skeleton and the crystal clear resin underneath. They made a change to the converter. It is now silver tone instead of gold tone, which I think makes it blend in well when it's in the pen. And this is a very stealthy black nib. I don't know whether Jinhao has done many black nibs, but they certainly are doing a nice job. And it's the same construction as we've had on all the other metal filigree Jinhao pens. No need to go further. This is my drawer of my Jinhao 100s. I'm very happy with the pens I've been able to collect. On the far left is the all-metal version, again very heavy. 2 hollows, a skeleton, 2 checkerboards, 1 classic black and gold one, orange, some color combos there, a solid orange one, classic red, classic yellow, and an interesting acrylic. I find these pens all to be very great in both build, construction, the design, the look, and they all have a great number 6 Jinhao nib, which I've learned and come to enjoy writing with. Those are my 100s. We're going to use a different ink, a black moly ink, part of the Tremel inks that I bought. It has some nice gold glitter in it. We're going to shake it up. It's been sitting for a little bit of time, so therefore it's going to take a little bit more shaking to get it into suspension, but we'll do that. Here's what it looks like on Tomo River paper. There's a little bit of glitter to it, but it's a nice black ink. Here it is on a paper towel. I wiped off the top of the ink bottle. You can see a little bit of glitter in there. It's subtle, but certainly the ink is black, and that's what we're going to like to see in the pen. Here's a converter that I filled. It's branded. I did 3 up and downs, and then I got almost 100% fill. These converters, I think, are done very, very well. Jinhao's continued to put good quality components into their pens, which I certainly appreciate and enjoy. So I think this nib lays down a great line, consistent line. It's definitely a fine steel nib. One of the things that you'll notice with this nib is that it has a little bit more feedback than the gold tone and silver tone versions of this number 6 nib. And that I attribute to the coating. But if you just do a little bit of smoothing using that nail board, you can get this nib to write as good, if not better, than any of the other number 6 nibs that I've used. It's a great writing nib, as I expect, out of the Jinhao 100s. This one did not disappoint at all. So Jinhao made the hollow in 4 color variations, 3 with gold tone overlay. The black and the red are not transparent. There's the clear gold tone and clear black, which this one is. It's also available on eBay, and it's also available on AliExpress, where I bought mine and I paid shipping. The price has dropped down, but consider it should be around $20 US, the delivered price. So now it's near the end of the video and some time for editorial comments. For dimensions and everything else, I will refer you to my other Jinhao 100 reviews of these metal overlay pens. And I also have a Jinhao 100 playlist, which I'll put a link in the video description. As you probably have guessed, I do like this pen. They just did a nice job with incorporating the classic Jinhao 100 design elements into this matte black overlay pen over a crystal clear acrylic base. The pen feels substantial, feels well made. I expect a long life from this pen. I wish they would have multi-threaded and did something to make that cap come off in less than almost 3 turns, but they didn't. So let's do a final writing sample and close up the video as my phone is ringing. So I did a little bit longer writing here because I didn't have my mic on in my first writing sample. Sorry about that. As you can see, this continues to write extremely well. I like it. I haven't done anything on the nib because I'm going to write a few more pages before I decide to see if I want to change the way it feels on the paper. Sometimes you just get used to a pen, and that's one of the things that I think many of us may not take into account when we get a new pen. I think you heard. It sounds much better now. Less feedback after a little bit of smoothing. Every pen is going to have a unique writing characteristic to it. It may be similar to other pens, but it's still going to be somewhat unique in certain aspects. The way it's held, the way the section is designed, the weight balance, the ink you have in it, the paper you're writing on, so many variables. But I tend to try to look at a pen in a completely objective manner, hopefully being able to show that to you so you can make a decision as to whether, gee, that's a pen I'd like to write with or have in my collection. And that's the purpose of my videos, in addition to the fact that I enjoy doing them. So that's my editorial comments on my videos for today. We've reached the conclusion of this video. I hope it found everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, enjoying the day, just appreciating all the different amazing things that we can explore. So I want to thank you again. And notice how it starts up right away after my little editorial rant. And we've reached the end of this video. And we will say bye. Enjoy your day, enjoy your pens.